What's good, math family? In today's video, we're going to look at quadratic equations, and I'm going to show you guys how to determine and know which method to use when we're solving quadratics. One of the main questions my followers and subscribers ask me is, Mr. Peters, how do we know what method to use? And I got you, family. So let's go through it together. When we look at factoring trinomials regularly, we can't do that. There's nothing that we multiply that'll give us 1, and when we add, we get 4. So that's out the window. We know we can't use greatest common factor because there's no number we could divide all three terms by, right? Or yeah, basically divide to get a whole number. That's out. We look at factoring by grouping. We only have 3 terms. And when we think about the square root method, remember the square root method, there is no bx term. It's just the x squared and c. So when we look at this, we probably could use completing the square. So what does that mean? I'm going to take the x squared term and bx term, so I can now complete the perfect square trinomial. And we're going to subtract 1 on both sides, right? So now I have -1 is equal to x squared minus 4x. When I divide this by 2 and square it to get c, we're going to get 2, and 2 squared is 4. So I add it on this side, add 4 on this side. Now we have +3, right, is equal to, and the binomial we got for this is going to be x minus 2 squared, right? And typically now we're going to use the square root method, okay? So we're going to take the square root of this side, take the square root of this side, and now what happens is exponent's gone. We have +or -3 is equal to x minus 2. When I add x on both sides, we're going to have 2 +or -3 is equal, the square root of 3 is equal to x. So when we look at this right here, guys, our answer should be C. Now, let's go back, right? Is there any other methods to use to solve? Yes, sir, there is. So let's think about, wrong color. Let's think about the quadratic formula. So x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus 4, oh, not 4, I'm sorry, b squared minus 4 times ac all over 2 times a, right? So we're going to go back to the original equation. So once we fill this in, right, and we're going to stay in black, what do we have? X is equal to the opposite of b. So that's +4 plus or minus 4 squared minus 4 times AC. So 4 times 1 times another 1, right? And that's all over 2 times 1. So now as we go to simplify, math family, this is what we're going to have. X is equal to 4 plus or minus 16 minus 4 all over 2, right? And let's get some more space. All right. So let's say we just go over here. So we know we're going to get radical 12. Once we break radical 12 down, we're going to have 4 times 3. So we're going to get 2 radical 3. So you guys know where I got that from. So now we have x is equal to 4 plus or minus what? 2 radical 3 all over 2. So you guys see like I see. I know you do, math family. We could divide. So if we divide those by 2, we're going to get x is equal to what? 2 plus or minus the square root of 3, which was our answer. We know it's not going to be a fraction no more. So when we're talking about the methods to use to solve quadratic equations, math family, here's a quick review for you. Really hope that this was a helpful and practical example for you. If it was, smash the like button for us, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments down below if you have questions or if there's other topics you'd like to see on our channel. Thank you so much for joining us today on Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters.